Hi guys, this is Kitty Krell of Crimson Rose Corsetry, here today to talk about the pros and cons of the Power Corset. So the one that I'm wearing today is a custom overbust with a mock-up and the floral power mesh and a custom dye job, and as well as a zipper placket in the front. Okay, let's talk about the pros of this. First off, it is completely waterproof. Every component in it is both rot-proof and rust-proof. The boning is all synthetic whalebone, which is a specific kind of plastic made in Germany. The material itself is a power mesh, which is used in a lot of bras and swimsuits and shapewear. And the grommets in the back are a marine grade stainless steel grommet designed to be used on boats. So you can go swimming in this, you can take a shower in this, you can go to the hot springs in this, you can work out and sweat in it, and you can take it off and wash it when you're done, which is pretty amazing, right? So in addition to this, it is hyper flexible. Let me show you what I mean. I literally did sit-ups in this earlier today with my personal trainer. The other nice thing about this material is that since it is a mesh that has more give to it, it is much more forgiving of asymmetries. I am very commonly asymmetrical because of my EDS and things just kind of move out of place all the time. And this has been one of the best corsets to deal with that in particular. Okay, so we talked about the pros on this. Now let's talk about the cons. There are actually quite a few cons to having a corset that's this flexible. So let's go through what they are. The first off, if you have a very unstable rib cage due to a joint condition or a past injury or something, this may not provide enough support on the rib cage for you. If you'll see, I can push my ribs in quite a bit because it's not all that much pressure on them. And if I take a deep breath, you'll see that there's a ton of flexibility in it. Also, because of this flexibility, the front panel doesn't lay as flat as my standard coutelle does, which means that it creates this little bit of round belly here. So if you wanted to wear this under some tight clothing or something, you would need to wear like a pair of Spanx or something over the corset to hold the edge down. It's not a bad shape or anything, but I personally like a flat front for wearing underneath stuff, which brings me to my next point. You might not find this as comfortable at a higher reduction. I'm wearing this with about a 5-inch reduction today from my natural waist, and it was much easier initially for me to lace down an extra inch than I'm normally used to, because I normally only go for about a 4-inch reduction. However, since this has the flexible front, it will pull in from the stomach more than the flat front that I normally do. However, this also means that I'm getting more pressure on my stomach, which is something I don't personally find especially comfortable. So while this one is fantastic for doing chores and cleaning the house and working out in and sleeping into, I don't find it to be comfortable for like all day, every day kind of wear. You might be different if you like a more cupped corset shape. If you're used to having this curve in the front, then you might be totally fine with it. It's all going to depend on your body and how you react to stuff. But it does feel a little bit more. Normally, the couture corsets have a, they have a tight waist that then disperses the pressure up and down. to about here before it stops putting any pressure on at all. So it's a much wider area where there's pressure, as opposed to this one right here where there's just a band around the waist of pressure. And if you like that feeling, that might work better for you. If you have very inflexible ribs, this might work better for you. It is all going to depend on your body and your tastes. But I thought that I wanted to make absolutely sure that people know what they're getting themselves into if they're interested in a power corset. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you have any other questions I can answer.